This is Mainly Watches, and I'm Nick. Let me ask you a simple question. If you had to take one watch to depend on during an apocalypse, what would it be? Let me hear your thoughts. For me, the choice is simple. This is the watch I'd take with me, the TUDOR Pelagos. Let's turn the camera around and take a closer look at what I think is the ultimate tool watch to survive an apocalypse. This is the TUDOR Pelagos FXD, reference M25707B. And I'm going to explain why I think this is the ultimate tool watch to survive an apocalypse. This watch was released in 2021 by TUDOR. It is, I would say, the ultimate purpose-built tool watch. As per TUDOR's description of the watch, it was developed to a unique set of specifications created in collaboration with a specialist unit of the French Navy. The Pelagos FXD is designed for underwater navigation and optimized for professional use. MSRP on these as of 2025 is $43.25 US. Let's get into the specs here. Case. All titanium. This is grade 2 titanium. Diameter of the watch is 42 millimeters. The thickness is 12.8 as I measure it. The lug-to-lug distance, or the case length, is coming in at 52. Now, this is a little deceiving because the fixed bars are a little bit bowed. The weight of this watch, of course, it is titanium, so the case only is coming in at 70 grams. And on the strap, and as I have it here on a Erika's original MN strap, it's coming in at 85 grams. As mentioned, you do have the fixed bars. So you can see the case and the bars are one solid piece of titanium. You have a 22 millimeter lug width, and the watch is waterproof to 200 meters. Getting into the bezel. The bezel on this watch is fully ceramic. It is a 120 click bidirectional bezel. The bezel is made out of titanium, has a very refined coin edge. Ceramic disc. You have 60-minute graduation. The bezel is bidirectional, so it will turn both ways. The bezel is rock solid. I mean, there is absolutely no play in here, just the perfect amount of resistance to turn it. Absolutely first class on the bezel. Bezel, of course, is finished in navy blue. The dial is navy blue. And then you have the stark white contrasting lume. I'll put a lume shot up. The lume on this watch, as you might expect, is exceptional. I do a 1 hour time lapse, so you can see how the lume performs. It looks like it's BGW9 Superluminova. Of course, the bezel is lumed, and the indices and the classic TUDOR style hands are all fully lumed. Watch absolutely holds its own on the lume. The star of the show, though, has got to be this sapphire crystal. The clarity of this crystal is absolutely superb. It's like it's not even there. The optical clarity is outstanding. I don't know what grade of sapphire TUDOR is using, but for sure it is something special and very high-end. They have coated it, of course, with anti-reflective, but as you can see when I give you a close-up, it's like it doesn't even exist. It is absolutely stunning, the clarity. I would say this is one of the best crystals I have ever witnessed in a watch. Believe me, with this watch, it's like the crystal's not even there. It is a flat crystal, but I mean, it's stunning. And look at that readability. If I hold it on an oblique angle, perfectly readable. If we look at the case back, try to slip this off. Very simple case back on this watch. They do have a very nice MN engraving on here, Marine Nationale. They do put the year, so you can see this is a 22, all titanium. And again, you can see how this Erika strap sits in here. Crown, you have a titanium crown signed with a Tudor shield. Very simple watch, of course. There's no date complication. The movement is a in-house movement made by Tudor. It's the Calibre MT5602. It is a true no-date movement. It is also COSC certified. The movement is equipped with a bidirectional rotor, so it winds in both directions, and a non-magnetic silicon balance spring. The movement, of course, being COSC certified, is rated to -4 to +6 seconds per day. My experience with this watch, it's running much better. My real-world accuracy, as I've measured it, it's running +4 seconds per week. Yes, +4 seconds a week. Absolutely astounding. That is half a second a day. Just amazing. The movement, of course, it's self-winding, automatic, 25 joules, running at 4 hertz or 28,800 beats per hour, and the power reserve is 70 hours. So very good power reserve. Quickly on the straps here, as I mentioned, I have this watch on a Erika's Originals MN strap, and I'll put it on my wrist, show you how it wears. Of course, it's a fixed lug watch, so you are limited as to strap options. You basically have to use a NATO-style strap, whether a single or double pass, but that's part of the design. Of course, you don't have any spring bars to worry about breaking, and that's what is so brilliant with this design. The watch comes with 2 different straps when you get it from Tudor. So you get a very nice navy blue with a gray stripe hook and loop fastener, signed Tudor buckle. That just goes in, and then of course you can stick it on the Velcro and your watch sits on there. Very nice strap. I'm not a big fan of the hook and loop simply because it's kind of sharp. So I've not been using it on this much. I have tried it. Tudor also gives you a very nice navy blue rubber strap. Again, you have a Tudor buckle, and it's just a very simple single pass rubber strap. Nothing fancy. Now, I have found, in looking for some aftermarket options that closely mimic the Tudor strap, thanks to Amazon, I found a aftermarket one that is pretty much identical to it. Actually, the color is a little more vibrant, but same kind of design, hook and loop. Obviously, the material's not the same quality as you're getting with the Tudor strap, but I mean, you can pick these up on Amazon for like 12 bucks. In fact, I actually found the positioning of the Velcro on the cheap one to be a little better. But yeah, it's a little rougher. The Tudor, it's softer materials. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the hook and loop. Like I said, for me, Erika's Originals is absolutely the way to go on this. Very simple design. Of course, if you guys haven't seen how these work, they just clip in. They can take a little time to get clipped in, but it just clips on, signed with a nice MN logo and the anchor. And yeah, just perfect strap for this watch. So I'll give you a wrist shot of it here. So this is on my 7.5-inch wrist. You can see the watch wears pretty nice and flat. It's an exceptionally comfortable watch, of course, and the Erika straps are just wonderful. Super comfy. This is a watch you can wear all day long and not have any fatigue. It's that comfortable. Final thoughts on this watch. This has got to be amongst the most legible watches I've ever encountered, and I think that's partially due to that dark blue base with the crisp white markers and lume, and because of how the dial is placed under that crystal. The optical clarity of the crystal is amazingly good. It's astounding. The crystal is flat and it sits nearly flush with the bezel, and the dial appears to be set directly beneath it. It's almost a 3D effect. It's very hard to appreciate until you've worn this watch, but it's an absolutely stunning effect. Despite its size, this watch wears incredibly comfortably, and you will not experience any fatigue. So, yeah, I would have to say this is my bug-out watch. If the proverbial, hits the fan and an apocalypse starts, this is the watch I'm grabbing. I love this watch. It's absolutely robust. I have absolutely no fears about anything on this breaking. The watch is built like a tank. It is solid, keeps accurate time. There's no fussing around with it. It's just doing what a watch should do, and it does it perfectly. Do I have anything negative to say about this watch? I do not. For me, this is the perfect bug-out watch, and if you're going to own one watch, I would say this is it. I very much welcome your comments, and I hope you'll join me on my next episode. So till next time, stay safe out there, and thanks for watching.